And we've been looking for some horsepower. And dadgummit, I think we might have found some. Of course, you can't have horsepower without a Holley. You gotta have a Holley to have horsepower. Hi guys, welcome to Lad's Garage. If you've seen the last video, you know we now have Lightning McQueen. Don't we, Daniel? We got Lightning McQueen. A little blast from the past right there. Big objective is for today. It looks like a bomb has gone off in my shop. Tools, parts, just everywhere. And I really need to get this place kind of organized up a little bit and straightened up. You watched the last video, you know I'm up in the air on what kind of power plant we're wanting to do. Standard LS or junkyard LS, I should put it, or standard small block Chevy. Like I said, we're up in the air. We need to fill this gap right in here with something. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. First things first, we gotta do our part to help the environment. But we better get out of here because, Daniel, get away from that thing. It's gonna blow up. Come on. I really don't know what all was in the can for the shop, so imagine to hear some pops and booms here in a minute. And of course we got a mouse problem, so we had to get a ferocious kitty. Get a ferocious kitty. Yeah. Aren't you? Actually, we got two of them. We got Smokey, and this one is Bandit. Don't we? You like the kitty? Yeah, I'm not a cat person either, but... I'm a cat person. You're a cat person? Yeah. Okay. I don't like cats. But they're good for mice. Get rid of mice anyway. I know I'm not the only one, but... one thing I struggle with is definitely getting rid of stuff. Because you just never know if you're going to need it. I mean, especially, you know, pink training wheels. I mean, you never know when they're going to come in handy for something. Like this tray that I've been holding on to with nothing, Walmart bags and stuff like that. Don't need it. Seems like it's taking me all day just to get my toolbox, top my toolbox to this point. I got a lot of this off too. No, there ain't no cookies in there. Just more boxes. Guess it's okay to go ahead and throw things away. Even though this makes good gasket maker for carburetors. Bad is I just sorted through a whole crap load of bolts. I just found more. Then I found a bunch of metrics. There you go. So I got bored with picking up tools and decided to go ahead and switch my plan of direction for a little bit. In the process of removing fenders, and don't really need to do nothing here. This is all pretty straight here, but that fender is pretty crunched right here. And this bar does not come off, so technically I could take it off and really don't need it because we got an internal rub bar, but this does help protect the body a little bit. So I'm gonna, the fender, like I said, is kind of stuck on here, so I'm gonna trim me out a section to where the fender comes off a little easier. Okay, so I lied. There's a way to get these bars off. Now the real question is, do we put them back on or do we just patch the holes and leave it easy to do body work if we need it? I don't know. Feel like an old farmer. So before we really get deep into working on fenders and stuff, it's a little bit of a dash panel that we got here. Decking, some people might call it, but it's just a dash panel in my books because we don't have a full deck in the car. And those that aren't familiar what the terminology of decking is, or deck panels or whatever. So as you can see in this car, the right side is completely open, you know, other than roll bars, but You know, it's open like a regular car would be. Well, in a lot of cars, you'll want to fill this gap in from here to here, you know, pretty much everything but the driver's compartment. And that is what we refer to as decking in the race car world. It can be used for aerodynamic advantages, and it can also cause a disadvantage with aerodynamics. Am I going to mess with it? I might at some point, but right now we're just going to go tinker around with this thing. I think the big dilemma that I have right now is whether or not I want to put them slide bars back on the outside of the body, or the body, you know, the door bars go on the outside of the car. I don't know if I want to run them or not. It seems like a lot of work if you get into somebody to have to take all that off to straighten up, and then that bar is going to get bent, and you have to straighten that up too. And I don't know. I really don't. But this tool here is real nice because, like on panels like this, get in real close here. Get up underneath, you can see it's kind of wrinkled up, bit pulled out. And just take this thing and grab a hold of it. I don't know if this is a 90, but you grab a hold of it and straighten the metal up best you can. I am a Cub Scout leader, and the motto is to do your best. That's all we do. And with straightening up your edges, you kind of get a little flat. Did I hit you? I'm sorry. But you get a little flatter of an edge. Strengthens the sides up a little bit. Yeah, good enough for union work. Big thing's going to be, we got to get rid of the fire hazards in the floorboard there. We'll have to get a seat mounted. Not a big deal. It's just sitting in there at the moment. I mean, as far as getting the car ready to go racing, cosmetically, we could run it as it is. I need to kind of dig through, and we want it to look decent. I mean, I'm not worried about having a show car by any means, but we want it to look decent. We want it to function, and we want it to be competitive. For those of you that are new to the channel, I am a budget racer, meaning when I say budget racer, I mean, I'm kind of the old school grassroots type racer that I try to use what I have and try to get by with spending as little as money as possible. So with that being said, you know, we got plenty of work to do on this thing. I'm going to try to get this car as close to race ready on the lowest dollar amount that I can. I mean, I got some work to do. I mean, we got a hole to fill here, but I got options for that also. Either we're going to build a small block Chevy. There's a possibility of Burrington might build us a small block Chevy to run in here, or we're going to put an LS in it. We're just going to kind of play it by ear on that. We're not making any predictions yet, but it's going to be a project. I don't think it's going to be a hard project, but it's going to be a project to get it to where I want it. And like I said, we're going to try to get it race ready on as close to this as possible, which isn't impossible, but I know we're going to spend a little bit of dollars on it. But so we're going to go ahead and, you know, we're just kind of getting a filler out, trying a new phone out to do my videos with. So we're going to go ahead and close this one out. I got to get ready to head out in the morning and head up to Chicago. You can check that out over on Lad's Trucking Diaries, which is the sister channel to what we do over here. You know, over here we play with race cars and other adventures. Trucking Diaries, we go trucking. Pretty simple. But we're going to buckle down probably next video out here in the shop and actually write down everything that I can see that I need to do to the car. We're gonna look the car over top to bottom. We're gonna fix what we can fix. It's just gonna be a continual project. We'll get what we can done. I need to figure out the toe caster camber, or at least kind of get it within the ballpark range on the front end, because it's way out of whack. That's all there is to it. It's just way out of whack right now. So I'd like to get that where if I can set it on the ground, I can roll it out real easy, pressure wash it, check things out a little bit closer. I'd like to clean it with the body panels off if I can.